out the tractor. But non-running truck, been sitting for 2 years in a barn, I think. And I brought a battery and some tools. It says it needs a water pump, and that's why it's parked, but we'll see. On the exhaust right there. That's all that's underneath this truck. This truck is set for so long, it's just been, yeah. Frame looks healthy. She don't look bad. I got a pump for the tire. There's a lot of metal in the back. Let's go ahead and it's clean. I mean, let's see. 3,500. 8.1. I think the price is right. Let's see if we can get started. Sitting a pretty minute. Yeah. Alright, so I also bought some foilers from the guy. I ended up buying the truck. It does not run. We got it to run by pouring gas down it. We think the fuel pump's bad. It's going to take that in the parts store and say, I need one of these. So, yeah. So that one's what's it? Oh, Suzuki. And this is a Chinese Kazumsu. I got another one of these too he has. They all ran when parked, but you know how that is. So I went ahead and bought it. And they hit a deer with it. And that, I think, put a hole in the radiator. And so then they parked it. And we tried to start it. The fuel pump's bad. That line's supposed to go down here. And but I poured gas down there. I got it to run, to at least test that it runs. It's an 8.1 liter, and it's a 4x4 with Allison transmission. Tires look good. I'm gonna bring. He told me I could drive a skid steer. I'm gonna come up here and offload all the stuff out of it for him. I think he wants me to put it in the bins. It looks really body, good shape, stuff like that. Doesn't look beat up. Yep. Silverado 4x4. So yeah, so I got a pretty good deal on that. I like that bar all the way across. Beautiful truck. This is just some of the stuff we got out of the back of the truck. We're putting it over there for the farmer. We bought it from an old farmer, and cleaning it out a little bit for him. And then if I can't fix it here, I'll get a tow truck to do it, to move it. Sounds to me like it's the fuel pump, but she's a good looking truck. Yeah, there's my other truck. I also bought another four-wheeler. I might buy that and that and that. You know how I am. I like to buy stuff. The tires look great. I mean, they're probably 10 years old, but they look great. Yeah, push button 4-wheel drive. It's gonna do more cleaning out. There's barbed wire out here. There's forks out of here, and some of the bigger items. The rest can blow out down the road. Country roads. Yep. So every receipt I'm finding is 2012. Well, we got her all cleaned out. All the stuff is there. Computer, a lot of stuff. So she looks good. I mean, other than the driver's seat, she got the vinyl floors, which I like. There's some salt spilt in there. Yeah. Cowboy Cowboy. Oh yeah, she's climbing now. I got a tow truck following me with the truck. God, that's a good looking black truck. I'll never. The brakes work? All right, guys. We're going to start working on the 3500 8.1 liter. Anyway, we need to get this bed off so we can get to the fuel pump, because I'm pretty sure it's the fuel pump. I tried the relays, tried everything. There's no sound coming from the tank. Tried hitting the tank, tried everything. And we pour gas down the intake. It does start, and it'll stay running for a minute. Anyway, should be 18 millimeter. I got this ridiculous amount of extensions. This side of the bed, I'm just going to loosen them. Other side of the bed, take them out, and I should be able to get a jack underneath there and lift the bed just enough. I've done it with trucks that are not dualies. That's the only thing I worry, is that maybe that will hit on that bar before anything. We'll see. Let's try it the way I know it, and then so those two rear bolts, easy peasy. I think there should be two more on this side, but I ran into this has the gooseneck, and I'm trying to figure out if that plate, they cut a hole in the bed or they just kind of pinched it down. Obviously they had to cut some hole in the bed, but I've also had a truck where that gooseneck hitch, just a flip up style, was, the plate was sandwiched between, and I had to cut the bolts and do all kinds of craziness. I don't want to lose that. But also I just found loppers. Look at that. I need a little oil, but that's a good pair of loppers. Hell yeah. Score. Oh, they're broken. That's why they're in there. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and try to do these two bolts. Before I do that, let me show you what I dealt with. There's all kinds of wasp nests. Look at them on the exhaust right there. That's all that's underneath this truck. This truck is set for so long, it's just been, yeah. Frame looks healthy. I mean, a little surface rust, but nothing bad. All the tires look great, but they're flat spotted. So they'll be good for a week or two till I blow them up. Those four bolts were pretty easy. Still trying to determine if the gooseneck hitch plate kind of pinches. It does kind of look like I need to remove those two bolts there, and that whole thing maybe will lift up. But we're going to see if that's a problem in a minute. We're going to go ahead and get these four bolts out. And then, yeah. It's really not that hard to remove the bolts. Unless I missed one. I think we're good. So I got the four bolts out on this side. As you can see, I think that's it. I think there's four bolts on each side. I just loosened that side so we can hinge it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the filler net out. Filler neck. Yeah, that looks like, it's like a little pop ribbit thing. Okay, star bits. 1, 2. Maybe just 2. And this bottom thingy. Get a pick after that. Yeah, sounds about right. Is this fiberglass? This is fiberglass. Okay, so the bed skins are fiberglass on a dually. I don't know if that's gonna make it lighter or heavier. Filler neck came out easy. This is what the interior looks like. That was salt, and it was, I don't know why it was there. The bags deteriorated over, I guess, 10, 12 years of being in here, and the plastic just kind of rotted away and salt spilled everywhere. I like this truck because it has the center cup holder for the rear, which is kind of cool. It looks clean interior wise, and he's been, you know, wiped up pretty good. But electric windows, yes. Oh, that's awesome. Well, there's another wasp nest. So right now it's the center that's holding it up. That side I can lift a little bit, but I'm guessing it's those bolts is kind of sandwiched between. All right, so I went ahead and made a little slit in the plastic right here so I can slide that wire out like that. I used the loppers I found in the truck. They're kind of broken, but they kind of work. So there was a couple tech screws there. Remove those. That one's already pulled out. I think you just fold the bed in, and then there's this top thing right here. I'm gonna try to keep this in and not take off the top rail. And I'm gonna slide the bed out, and that way I can better inspect how that's done. And then probably I'm gonna have to crawl underneath there and undo those two big bolts. Probably that little bolt on the top type stitch. Alright, I swept out the bed. As you can see, there's 4 bolts. These, boom, boom, that look really rusty underneath. So I have to get underneath there and spray them down with some PB Blaster. And hopefully that will free up the bed. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and take this bolt out. And I think this is for the flip down. I don't know how that really works, but... oh yeah, that's not in there that bad at all. Why ain't the gooseneck ball flipping up now? I think you have to put something in this hole, or... oh well. Okay, seems pretty... it seems kind of stuck down there. There we go. Might be as far as it... maybe that's all you need. And then it flips up. I got all the bolts studded, except for the gooseneck hitch has these bolts that sandwich the gooseneck flip down hitch in between the bed. So that bolt's double nutted, that's double nutted, and then there's 2 more on that side. I need to soak them with PB Blaster because they ain't coming, and I don't got a lot of leverage. I don't even think I get my cordless impact in here. If I had one of those flat ones, maybe, but I don't. So I'm gonna suck these down and then see where I can go from there. Every other bolt came out great. So lots of wasp nest. Lots of wasp nest. Oh. All right, let's see if this impact, it barely fits. Got one bolt off. I think there's another. Is it double nutted? I can't tell. Yeah, it's double nutted. That doesn't sound right, actually. Well, get the nut out of your socket. Yeah, one down. Okay, double nutted, and it feels so good. Here we go. See what's happening is now it's lifting up, and then the bolt's sliding on the other side. So I need something heavy on top of it. So I'll go ahead and do them all like that. And then I'll go up top and put a, I don't know, something heavy, a cinder block or something, so they're held down in place. So I got the 2 front ones. I put some rocks on top of them so they won't lift up. Now they should, yeah. Yeah, to work on that. And I got this breaker bar because the back one's right at the gas tank. So it's not something I can do with the impact, sadly. Unless I had one of those low profile ones, which I might go buy one. But I'm gonna try this breaker bar. It's a smaller one. I think I could wedge it in there, break them loose, and then get them off with a smaller wrench or socket. Well, this took longer than it needed to. Now these U-bolts I probably have to undo. I'm thinking I might have enough room. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna attempt to lift this side. The wiring looks loose enough that it's not going to pull out. I'm going to check it. One of the plugs that goes there and the bottom one, I'm gonna have to undo those U-bolts. They're hanging down a little bit, so let me get those real quick and then I'll be able to lift. I need about how much room do I need? So yeah, I don't have enough to get it out. All right, let's lift some more. All them bolts are out. I think that's enough room. Yeah, this is probably as far as I can get it. Next, I need to put some safeties, just in case. Let me see if those wires are tight. Tight, but not pulling out yet. I mean, that could come unplugged like that. It can, yeah. But, yeah, everything else is good. All right, I just did a test with the key on. Put my hand on the pump, no vibration, no sound. I hit it a couple times, no vibration, no sound. So if I was a smart man, I'd get my meter out, which I gotta find, and I would check the wiring going to it. But I'm more inclined to believe the pump's bad. So probably just gonna pull it. We'll see. All right, so those fuel lines came off so easy. Just used my hook tool and kind of brought out the centerpiece and then pulled the line back and it went perfectly. Now there's a bunch of acorns on top of the tank. And so I'm gonna go get a brush or something. And then I gotta do that giant lock ring, probably with a flat screwdriver and a hammer. I was always told you're supposed to use like a brass screwdriver not to make sparks or something, but I don't have any of that. So I'm just not, it smells like gas, so I know there's gas in the tank. We put 10 gallons in it, thinking maybe it was just empty, but it's not shaking or vibrating, so I'm thinking it's it. It wasn't terribly hard to take out. As you can see, this green line right here, it's crispy. And that line's supposed to go down here. And see how it just breaks apart like that? I hate to say that, it's probably in my tank. But luckily it goes to a powder. Yeah, so this looks like what tells me if I'm full or not. Level. Like that. And then there's the sock. Look at this shellacked fuel on there. Oh. Yeah, look at that. Sock's filthy. Alright, so I might need these clips because I think these are actually supposed to go with the hose. Save those two. The middle one didn't have it. Oh, look at that. Oh, it smells like shellacked gas. We did put about 10 gallons of fresh on it. Part of me is like, get a little pump and pump it out. But I wonder if those drill pumps make sparks, because that's what I don't want to set myself on fire. But yeah, those drill pumps, I could put that down there and just pump it all out. It smells really old. So I know I need a fuel pump. I'm just going to take that in the parts store and say, I need one of these. No, the gas is eating my styrofoam. Yeah, I should have thought about that. Yeah. Old gas. Ooh, model number. All right, so I got the new part, new fuel pump, and also gauge assembly and everything. I got to finagle it down in the tank. Did that one break off? Yeah, that part broke off it. So yeah, came with the new gasket. The old one's kind of falling apart. I'm tempted to drain the tank, but it was really low, so I'm starting to think not to. Just plop it in and see if it works. So the new fuel pump did come with a new pigtail, but I don't need it. Just double check and make sure that's the same. Yeah, and yeah. So I'll just plop this down in the tank and hook her up. Yeah, I was thinking about hooking her up outside, just turning the key and making sure it's, you know, I hear it buzzing. I got it plugged in, just kind of hanging there. Let's see if it'll buzz when I turn it on. Yep. I don't want to dry it out, but I did hear it, so that means it was the pump. The pump turned on. That's good. So basically, I'm going to take that little cover off there, take those little plastic things, put them on the two outer lines, drop her in the tank, tighten her down, and see what happens. All right, guys, we're about to do a first start in 12 years. New pump is installed. I'm debating if I should drain the tank. It had like 5 gallons of bad gas in it, and then I put 10 gallons of good. Might be okay. So yeah, I'm gonna cycle the key on. Let's let it build fuel pressure. It's cycling. We hear the pump. I don't feel it. Might have built fuel pressure, I don't know. Let's turn it over, see what happens. Will she start? Oop, died. Yeah, probably work some bubbles out. I hear the pump running. I'm thinking I'm amazed she started, but I'm thinking it's going to be the fuel filter next. Because the next down the line, I hear the pump coming on. There's a fuel filter right against the frame rail. I'll show you what it looks like. I get good oil pressure when it does run. Fuel gauge works again. Gave it a little gas and acted choked. All right, she will run, but I think I need to do that fuel filter because she'll start, then conk. And then if I give her gas, yeah. So I think it's fuel starved still. I hear the pump running as hard as it can. So I'm thinking that filter that is next to do. And Advance didn't have the one, so I have to go to O'Reilly's. We'll go out and look for that. And yeah, I might take it off and just let it pump out the gas and clear the line. Ooh, got the old filter out. It's dripping. Drip, 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 drip. Think about turning it on and just let it pump that line out for a second. Oh yeah. So what I did was I broke the vacuum by pushing the Schroeder valve after I removed the fuel filter. So all that older gas is going to flow backwards and drip onto the ground, which I'm fine with. I'll put a EPA approved container to catch it. And I'll embankment the dirt. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I'm doing that right now. I'm going to go get the filter and then we'll be good. But I need this battery for this truck because I borrowed its battery. And this is the trash truck because it has, it's not a flatbed, it's just a regular pickup. That one, I would take the battery out of it, but I don't want to swap battery out of that one. So, yeah, I gotta get another battery. All right, new K&N fuel filter. About to put that in. And then, yeah, let's crawl underneath there and do that. See if that keeps it running longer. There's where it goes. So, let's see, air is pointing that way. So I'm going to go that way. Slide it back into the holder. Oops. Drip right in my armpit, please. Yep. Let's finger tighten it, and then we'll tighten her down. Don't cross thread on me, baby. That would be terrible. I gotta poke this one. Finagle this one. This might be a two-hand job right here. There we go. That was hard. Tighten down. Please don't be different threads. Yeah, that's right. I think. That would suck if it was the wrong. Okay, this one's threading in evenly. I need to check this one. Use the right wrench and all that. All installed. All right. Let's start her up. First start, new fuel pump, new fuel filter. It started for a little bit. That's a lot of gas that dripped out of the system. Let's see. Might have been all the gas. Hopefully that's all the bad gas. Oh. Gosh. Come on. Running out of gas. Let's leave that key turn for a minute. That pump prime. I think the fuel pressure regulator is right there, right? That little round thing. When I went to the auto parts store, they said they didn't have one. Maybe it's what I need to replace next. I don't know. See if this Schroeder valve is going to let any air out or if it's all weird. Yeah, that's a lot of air. Bubbles. That's a lot of gas on the engine, Daniel. See if it does now. She's idling. She's idling. Could go a lot of turnovers. Low coolant. Yes, it has no water in it. So I need to shut this engine down. So I can see if it's smoking any. Oh, yeah. Pretty clean. No smoke. Let's put her in gear before we gotta shut her down. Oh wait, that board's kind of... Oh yeah, and also she's chained to a Bobcat, Daniel. Yeah, that's true. Chained to a Bobcat currently. Let's see what reverse does. Oh, she moves in reverse. She moves in drive. Put her back in park. She runs. All right, it's time to next put the bed back on and figure out that leak I got up there. She ain't running hot yet, but she will be soon. The little truck that could, she now runs and stays running. She was having trouble with that at first. She's running. Sounds pretty good. Low on coolant. I need to put water in the truck because there is a radiator leak, I believe. She runs. That's amazing. Pretty clean. Little stumble. I need to probably get some injector cleaner. So the leak is coming from the back side of the water pump. So probably the water pump gasket. I'd go ahead and say replace the water pump too. Cowboy Cadillac. All right, so we're doing a water pump today. I've been clearing stuff out of the way. The shroud, the top part of it anyway. It is crazy how this TCM and ECM just sit right here where the radiator mount, shroud mounts. So next I gotta get this belt off. Easy peasy. There we go. That's a great camera angle. Boom. Well, now my wrench is stuck. Perfect. And then this clip right here goes into a secondary cooling thingamajig, which I don't think it's leaking from there. It looks like it's from the water pump. Famous last words. Get the bottom clip, that clip, and probably 15mm bolts. So this is my new fan clutch, but there's these little holes here that seem like they go down in there. There's one there and there's one on that side. I haven't been able to get this is my water pump. I haven't been able to get the fan clutch off of this one. I undid the bolts, but I think I have to use a fan clutch tool to get that off. Because I think that somehow sits on top of this bearing right here. I don't know. I feel like it should just come off, but it's not wanting to. I want to see if it has those holes too. Can't really tell. Oh, it does. It does. Okay. I think the old water pump was leaking, given the rust from the bottom seal down here. You know. Yeah. All right. So, new water pump's in. I had to improvise to get the old fan clutch off. That was hard. I have the wrenches somewhere. I just don't know where. Terrible with keeping up with my tools. So that's in. Busted knuckles, couple of them. Yeah. So next I'm going to put the fan clutch on, which is probably going to use channel locks. I'm missing one bolt from that pulley. Might have to go get that. And probably could run without it for a while. But definitely want to get that. So yeah, after I get this buttoned up, I got to reinstall the EMC, which actually connects to the fan shroud. I think I destroyed a couple of these buttons, so I'll have to replace them with zip ties. And then after that, yeah, I put my Marvin in it. What are people saying? Marvin mystery oil. I've used it. It's good. I didn't use all of it in this one tank. Oh, it's a 40-gallon tank, I believe. So I buy them because I use them as funnels. So to get gas in here, I'm going to cut a hole in here with my pocket knife and then use it as a funnel. All right, guys. It's time to burp the system. I did do a light flush because there was green coolant and this is supposed to be Dex Cool, which is orange. So yeah, I'm supposed to mix them. But yeah, ECM's reinstalled, water pump's installed, fan clutch is installed. I did not connect the air hose just because I want to have good visibility when I burp the system. But I got two 2500s. This one right here, this one, and I got another 3500 that sits at the farm. It's more of my scrap metal truck. It's funny, I never thought I'd see the day where these trucks got cheap, because when I grew up, the working construction, 01, 02, 03, yeah, all those years in the early 2000s, I thought you arrived if you had one of these trucks, and that's probably the reason why I collect them. I like the way they look. Makes me think I'm the boss man. So yeah. Oh no, I'm on empty. Yeah, this gas gauge in this truck does not work. I need to do the fuel pump on it. So I got my gas cans in the back, and I'm covering in oil and grease apparently. And we're gonna go get gasoline for the new truck. Still trying to dilute it down. It was pretty empty when I got it. It wasn't even reading on the fuel gauge. And then we put about 10 gallons in it, and it's reading about a quarter. So I'm assuming that means it's a 40-gallon tank. It looks like a pretty big tank. My other 3500 has dual tanks and they're each 20. So yeah, so I'm on my way to the gas station with some gas cans, and also I need to fill this thing up because I don't know if it's empty or not. Who knows? And then I put some Marvin Mystery Oil in there. We're gonna let that sit in and see what happens. And start her, let her idle, burp the system, of course, put my coolant in, and also I bought straight coolant. You know, you're supposed to dilute it, so do all that and see if she runs hot or anything, and just let her run. You know, I think he thinks we're racing. I hope he doesn't turn down the same dirt road I'm going. Oh, he's going in the ditch. Oh, is he that tweaker? Yeah, I think he's that tweaker. I know that tweaker. Yeah, sir tweaks a lot. Got her running. We're burping the system. For whatever reason, she will not stay running if you take the air intake off. Yeah, she just kept conking out after 10 seconds. I put that back on loosely. It's not even screwed in, and now it idles. So I put some more gas in her, try to mix the old gas, and also we're burping the system. It's not running hot yet. Just letting her idle. This water is still not warm yet. Thermostat's starting to warm up a little bit, so hopefully the thermostat does open. Thermostat housing is underneath here. And that squeak, I believe, is the fan clutch. Yeah. That's where it sounds like it's coming from. Alright, thermostat's open. She's burping. Gonna let that do that. We don't want to build a air pocket above the head. You can crack a head that way, I've heard. So we're gonna let her burp. I'd open the thermostat a little bit by giving it a little throttle. 2,000 RPMs for about a minute. And I smelt the coolant immediately. Gotta check that. Let's see what the exhaust is doing. Oh, no smoke. It had a little bit of smoke, but just lightly when I first started her. Nothing now, so that's great. Which I would figure a mouse has gotten in there and made a nest by at this point, you know, if it's sitting for 12 years. So after I do all this, I need to put that gooseneck thing, reinstall it. I got to do the bolts on the bed, and decide if I'm gonna put my bed liner back in. Probably, I don't know. I'm always afraid they would blow away. But yeah, I got tailgate. Get on that. Gotta watch that oil pressure. When I started it first, I was at 70, and now we're at 20. So let's give it a little gas, see what happens. Yeah, it gets back up there, but you know, it seems like I can't rev past 3,000 RPMs in neutral. Maybe that's a safety thing. Alright, so I found more stuff under the seat. I didn't check this. Oh my god, it's an unopened can of Dr. Thunder. I don't know if they even make Dr. Thunder anymore. Action figure! Oh my god. The hell is this? Let's see. 1999. Bandy China. Who is it? I have no idea. Okay. What else? Oh, there's a saw or something over there. I need to get over there. It's an umbrella. Small child's one. A machete. A crock. A tie. Oh, I thought it was Taco Bell's. Oh, a receipt. Let's see what receipt date is. I love receipts. Not read that very well. Kangaroo is for gas. Oh my god, 2010. 2010. Let's go check the other side. Oh, wow. Oh, a funnel. I needed a funnel like 5 minutes ago. Yeah. What is this? All-purpose spray adhesive. Okay. I want to give address out. Yeah. Bank information. I gotta destroy that for him. It's a whole wallet. Velcro. There's nothing in the old wallet. It's a nice one though. Yeah. And then these look like pressure washer nozzles or something. I don't know. See how this funnel is. Oh, that's a good funnel right there. Huh. Been letting her idle for about an hour at this point. Let things get hot, clean things out hopefully. Stuff under the seat, I didn't check this. Oh my god, it's an unopened can of Dr. Thunder. Here we go, Best Buy 2012. Best Buy 2012. So I've only missed the Best Buy by 11 years. See if it has any fizz. Mmm. It tastes like Dr. Thunder. This is the problem with old ass tires. That valve stem just let loose. Look at that. All these tires. I hate that. All these. Oh, did you hit me? Why'd you hit me? You're supposed to be helping me. All right.
What's like the charger?
It's dead now. I need a valve stem. All these tires are from 2011, so I don't. Yeah, 2011. Well, I had another valve stem disintegrate as I was trying to put the other tire back on. Yeah, so we're gonna try to break that bead lock by backing a truck up over on it. Christine. Take a little cap off it. I'll take these. Clamp that on. And use that and pull it. That time it came off early. Way on. There you go. All right. Let's get our fire part ready. Make sure the camera's in focus. That one has to go on, but that's the one that goes on the outer. It has a piece of chrome. So yeah, there's my wife looking at me disconcertingly. Huh? That jack's about to fall over. So that's going to be fun if that happens. I'll probably have to put a block underneath there. All right, she hasn't been on the road since 2012, it looks like. All the tires, the valve stems are basically broken off. I did the valve stems on the other side. So let's see what it does. See if it shifts and everything. That's what I'm worried about, is I haven't really taken it on the open road. I'm getting on it a little bit. Oh, shifted. Okay. Oh, these tires are flat spotted. Okay. 40. Wow. Probably should be careful. His tires got a little bit of a shake to them. So yeah, I think it's a 4L80, or it might be a Allison Max. So we got all the gears and she shifts good. We're going 60. I don't know if I want to go 60, over 60. Take this turn lightly. I don't know. She seems like a good truck. I just got the AC to work. I did a little bit of charging with this 134A. I actually used my AC Pro gauge, and it worked on these little refillable cans. Well, not little refillable cans, these cheaper cans. So yeah, now the AC is going good. It's like the most important thing in Georgia. So I mean, really all that's left is to repair the deer damage, the bumper. Let's go ahead and look at that. I need an oil changer. But yeah, here's the deer damage, which I don't think it's frame damage. I think it's just this bumper, which I have one on a parts truck. It's just not chrome. It's painted gray for some reason. And then is this broken? You know, yeah. So the headlight itself fits in here and it's broken. So yeah, I got extra headlight over there. And I think that's it. What about this? So that plugs into there. Yeah, I fixed that. So just the bottom headlight and a bumper. I swear to God, this truck keeps giving. I do not know what action figure this is or was. Answer in the comments. I don't. Star Wars? Oh, 1999. Let's see. 1999. Bandy China. That's where it's made. Okay. This truck just keeps giving. She's finished. Well, as far as I'm gonna take her right now. I'm deciding if I'm gonna. I got a bumper that's like this, but it's a different color. It's like matte gray, and I kind of like the chrome, so I might put the matte gray bumper on there. I gotta put a headlight on her, and then part of me wants to buy one of those really cool ranch hand bumpers. But then I looked at the price, and I was like, ooh, so I might build one for this truck. If I do, that'll be a video series. So the Cowboy Cadillac runs, drives, AC works. Let's go over some numbers here. I paid $32.50 for her. Towing was like $275. So I have about $524. And then what was I think altogether, and fuel pump was like $78, or maybe $100. Every part I put on everything I think came to be, I want to say like 400. Let's just say I have about 3,900 in her as she sits. She does need tires, so she's good. She needs tires. Watching the weird. No, okay. Yeah, but she's a good vehicle. And the plans for the future, I think I'm gonna keep her. I want to kind of put a truck bed camper on her and use her in the camping world. Yeah, I like the truck. I mean, it's an old truck. It's 21 years old at this point. Set for almost 10 years, 11 years, maybe 12 years. Good truck.